Hood Talk News, we on fire.
Yo, 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 what's good, man? Man, we got Snoop in the hood today, man. And it seems like Snoop been doing a lot of lying, y'all, with this Nas and Tupac incident. I don't know, man. It seemed like Snoop got the story all backwards, man. But we gonna get into it today because Noble, he went on the Art of Dialogue podcast, and he was talking about, man, this stuff is all lies, and Nas even told us. So let's get into this story on all these lies Snoop done told, and we're going to get into the truth, too, without no further ado.
Nas ain't got a lot of people with him, but he got a lot of people with him, if you know what I mean. Tupac got the whole death row, and him and Nas right here, boom. Nas like, what's up?
The first lie he told when he said Tupac had the whole death row with him, y'all. Now, that's the first lie. Because we done heard on several occasions, even Fatal, God bless the dead before he died, said that Tupac called all them Jersey, that he called all them Jersey dudes for Tupac. And Noble said the same thing. So Snoop, that's a lie right there. Let's keep going.
Pac, when I love your music, I'm a fan. That's what Pac say. If you a fan, I dissed you, Jay-Z, Biggie. He named off a gang of them. I dissed all you on the song. And if you a fan and you ain't got no beef, don't say nothing. And Nas said, I love you.
Man, this don't even sound like a real story. Now, you saying Nas had dude with him and everything. He telling nigga telling you dissed him. I diss you. And you gonna look at the dude and say, Nas supposed to be from Queens now. I don't think no Queens dude gonna be like, oh, I love you, man, after you say I done diss you on the song. But let's finish going with this, the lies of Snoop, y'all.
I never diss you. And he shook his hand and he hugged him. And when he walked off, Pac said, yeah, I punked that.
Hey, this sounds like some stuff straight out of a movie, man. Snoop, you got to stop it, man.
In my mind, I was like, nah, he let us slide. Pac had seen Nas in the park, and him and Nas had words, but Nas didn't want none. But Nas had 100 niggas with.
Man, who paying Snoop to say this stuff, man? Who is paying Snoop to say this stuff? Now Nas got 100 niggas with him.
With guns.
Right.
Oh, hey, man, listen, Snoop got to stop it. Now he had 100 dudes with guns with him. Okay, let's keep going.
By me saying he didn't want none didn't mean he didn't punk out, because we was in New York in Central Park.
Snoop said Nas spared them.
With 100 goons from New York circle us. That's why Pac is in this nigga ear telling him, nigga, I made a song, nigga.
Snoop don't realize the people that circled them is with them.
Dissing you, Jay-Z, Biggie, and nigga,
they was circling,
motherfucker. I ain't got no problem with you, Pac. All right, nigga, well, if you ain't got no problems with me, nigga, when this song come out, you better not say a motherfucking word. I love you, Pac.
But it sounds like some stuff straight out of the movie. Now, I know Pac was on that, you know what I'm saying? But Pac still, you know what I'm saying, was a man that really, you know what I'm saying, he really had compassion for people. So if you came to Pac, you know what I'm saying, and you like, hey, on some regular stuff, he gonna be on some regular stuff. If you came to Pac on some rowdy, he gonna be on some rowdy stuff. But I don't think this incident went like this because there's too many stories out there. Even Nas' story don't go like Snoop's story. But let's finish this up.
Shook the nigga hand.
I heard Snoop told the story a few times, but he had it wrong.
Y'all heard him. He had it all wrong. God dang. Snoop had it all wrong, y'all. I don't know where Snoop be getting these stories from, man.
A little bit. He had said that Pac stepped to me. But, you know, he was in New York and there was a lot of tension flaring, right? I think he had got into it with Jungle, my brother, at the award show. I seen him backstage. I'm like, do your thing. He's like, and you do yours. I said, see, I know. He was about to go present an award, so he really couldn't turn around and get with me and talk to me, but because he's about to walk on. But I'm walking backstage and I see him and I'm like, yo, all right, do your thing. He's like, and you do yours. Because he knew where I was coming from really wasn't an all love place because there was a rumor of Machiavelli. So I was really want to check the temperature with him. And they had some words or whatever. So we went to, damn, this is an old story, man. So at that
Yeah, it's real old because Snoop can't get it right.
point, it was necessary for us to address. We had to step to our business. It was a lot of tension. It was a lot of tension. They was in New York and it was, you know, their chest was out. They was doing their thing, death row sign. So we had to go and step to them. Oh yeah, we had a great convo, man. He was like, you know, he explained that you know what I'm saying, he thought I was dissing him. And
man, what happened to Snoop story? Snoop said he came up to you and say, hey, look, nigga, I'm dissing you on a song, and that's what it is. And if you say something about it, oh, come on, man. Hey, man, I remember one time, man, when I was going to LA one time, I was in LA several times, right? So one time I was going to LA, you know, to meet up with my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? So right before I went to LA, my homeboy, they chilling with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call no names because as soon as I say a name, everybody gonna know, oh yeah, he talking about, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna call no name. But you know what I'm saying? He got Snoop on the phone. This like fresh from me, you know what I'm saying, leaving Johnny J. I wasn't with Johnny J no more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going back to Cali now. So I'm going back to Cali with my homeboy. My homeboy like, man, Snoop out here, man. You know, we running with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? You come out here and holler at Snoop. Snoop in the background. They somewhere at the studio with Snoop. And he telling Snoop about me. Snoop didn't grab the phone, but you can hear Snoop in the background, right? And he telling Snoop about me, and he talking about Johnny J. Yeah, he was just signed with Johnny J and everything. Snoop was like, oh, yeah, that white boy, man. Yo, boy, that white boy monster on them beats, right? So, you know, I was like, okay, when I get to L.A., you know what I'm saying, I want to holler at him. You're like, okay, when you get, you know what I'm saying, checking in with, you know, my people, and they going to link that up, right? They come pick me up. I get to L.A. They come pick me up from the airport. I'm in there. I'm getting out the. I'm excited. Like, damn, they gonna hook up with Snoop. I'm gonna meet Snoop, right? They hit me. I'm in the back seat. They done hit me with a jersey. He say, guess who jersey that is? I say, who jersey that is? Snoop. I say, oh man, what you doing with Snoop jersey? Cause you know, right when he threw me the jersey, I already knew, man, if they got Snoop jersey, something done went down. What you doing with his jersey, right? So you're like, yeah, man, we got into it. Him and my boy. See, if I say the name of this rapper, y'all gonna already know, and Snoop gonna know the story, but I'm gonna just leave that alone. But they had done got into it. Forget it, man. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I'm hood. He got into it with JL Felony. You know what I'm saying? So they had his jersey, you know what I'm saying? They got into it at the park. I'm like, dang, man, they done messed up my opportunity to see Snoop, to meet Snoop, man. But yeah, man, that's just a Snoop Dogg story I had, man. But let's get back into this.
I heard that he was dissing me at clubs, and wow. Last person I was even thinking about when I wrote that record, just right, I was just going. So he thought that, and then I was like, well, I heard you was coming at me. I said, no, that wasn't about you, but I heard you was coming at me, and, you know, back and forth. And it was like, yo, Nas, we brothers, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, so we had a plan to squash it in Vegas. So I was out there when he was in the hospital, and, praying for him to come through. But, you know, rest in peace to Pop.
You was right there when Pop and Nas had that run-in at Bryant Park, right?
Yep, I was right there front and center.
From your point of view, can you give me the backstory?
My point of view. So the first thing that happened was at the awards, me, Gaddafi, Fatal, Napoleon, and who else was with us? Our homie from Declare Bang was with us. We inside, right? It's probably about 30 of the homies outside. We inside the awards. We walking in the back. You know, it's the stage, then it's all the seats, and then it's like a little area where everybody walk back. So we walking in the back, and Gaddafi walking in front of me, and I see him. He looking, and he stopped and kind of like turned and looked right there. And there's some guys, they like right there. And it's Nas's boys, and they kind of like grilling us and shit. So we like looking like, you know, like we grilling them back, you know? So it was almost like a little exchange, like, you know, what it is. Like, come on, man, let's, you know. So that was the first thing that happened. So we walked, go to our seats and shit. And Pop, he presented his award. Once he presented his award, we knew he.
Now, I could believe that, you know what I'm saying, Nas was a fan of Snoop. I mean, Pop. I could believe that. I could believe he was a fan. But at the end of the day, you know, we all men at the same time. So that story Snoop told, come on, man.
He was going to be walking out soon. So we got up out our seats. We hanging over on the side waiting for him to come out. So we come out. We see him. And, you know, one of the homies probably told him, like, you know, we just seen Nas boys and shit. You know, we recognized him from the videos. We all was huge Nas fans and shit. Like, we all love Nas. So we recognized the niggas we saw they was his boys, about 5 of them and shit, you know what I mean? And somebody told to Pac, like, yeah, we just seeing Nas people and shit. It's trying to grill us or whatever, you know what I mean? So we start walking back out, and we see 2 or 3 of them again. And one of them, I don't know, he says something. Pac kind of like they were standing by the exit way to go out the thing. And Pac kind of start barking on it. And I'm just remember.
Hey, that's one thing, man. When I was in LA, man, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They were like, man, listen, Pac wasn't the best fighter, but he would take off. He'll take off. Pac would bite it. You know what I'm saying? He would whatever. He would whatever. Pac wasn't no scary person, man. You know what I'm saying?
Security, like, this ain't, you know what I mean? So we all go out. So we just know, like, niggas see us, and you know they from.
But I will say, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I don't keep cutting them off. But what I will say is, Pac, I don't think went looking for trouble. Pac was like the person, like, he like, kind of like how I am. You know what I'm saying? If we cool, we cool. But you cross me, hey, I'm going all the way. I'm going farther as you go. I probably go farther than you. You know what I'm saying? If you cross me and you come with some bull, I probably go farther than you with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you don't cross me, I'm the best person you can know, man. Straight up. That's how Pac was. I think I said this before, but you know, that's how he was.
Queens, I'm sure they was feeling the way about Pac coming at Mobb Deep, you know, as they should. They, you know, that was their brothers, you know what I'm saying? So,
they're holding it down for
we
Queens.
leave out. We go to the park, the after party, right? It's like probably a 10-minute walk. You know, you had about 30 Jersey guys outside. And we go outside, and you know, Pac like, yo, we're gonna go to the after party, this right down the street. So, you know, everybody couldn't fit no van, so we all walked to the park. Pac giving out $100 bills the whole way. Might have gave out about $5,000 or whatever it was. I just know he kept saying, yo, give me some more money. And, you know, the streets was like, they was happy to see him. He was out there showing love, you know, just on our walk, you know. So we walk into this park. It's about 30 of us, and you know what I mean? And we get there, and we there for a hot second, maybe like 10, 15 minutes, and drinking, just happy to be, you know, happy to be in this atmosphere. And you know, the Jersey homies is there. We introducing him to everybody, and Pac was feeling real good to be back home. You know what I mean?
Now the Jersey homies, according to Fatal, is, you know what I'm saying, the homies that Snoop was talking about was surrounding Pac. I guess Snoop said that because he really didn't know Fatal homeboy. I guess that's why he's saying that. You know what I'm saying? And then they coming from Jersey, so they probably had that New York feel to them. And he probably, nah, they ain't with us. You know what I'm saying? They got to be with Nas. But they was with, them was Fatal homeboy. They was with y'all, fool. You know what I'm saying? Fatal said it. Them boys was with y'all. They wasn't with Nas.
So I remember he did an interview, and he was like, you know, you probably see it on YouTube. You see all the niggas behind him holding up Death Row East signs and all that. Yeah, he like, you know, I bring a, you know, Pac was crazy. I bring a new government back, you know, all these suckers, Nas, everybody, man, all he naming everybody.
I love to hear Pac speak, man. Pac was on it, man. Pac wasn't crazy. Pac was on it.
About, after he did that interview, about 5 minutes later, we see Nas come around the corner. You know what I mean? Everybody look. It's about him and maybe about the same guys we got into it with it, and you know, so, you know, they walk up, you know, the whole clan surround them, you know. Mind you, I'm right there in the middle. I'm shoulder to shoulder with Pac right here. Pac standing right here. Nas standing right here. Nas walked around the corner. He wanted to see Pac. He wanted to talk to him. His body language was like, me and Pac need to chop it up. They met each other.
Yeah, I could see that in Nas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no problem, But if you bring it, I give it to you, you know what I'm saying? But I rather, you know, if it ain't biting nothing, man, I rather just talk to the brother and squash it. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying, they be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep on going with some beef that ain't, when you boil it down, is really not a beef. Sometimes you got to overlook shit and be like, man, hold on, man, this really ain't no dang beef. You know what I'm saying? Let me holler at Pac. And I feel that's how Nas was. Like, it ain't no beef with me and you. You know what I'm saying?
Before they had mutual respect for each other, you know. So I know when Nas seen,
and Pac said it, he was the same way with Nas. Pac said it. Pac like, man, look, that's why I don't understand how Snoop Dogg telling these lies, right? Because Pac said in the interview, he squashed it with Nas. He talked Nas, look, man, I ain't dissing you, don't diss me. You know what I'm saying? And he say Nas went back to New York and started dissing. You know what I'm saying? He said, but when it comes to the conversation, even Tupac said it was a good conversation. It wasn't nobody talking out the way and all that stuff there. That's why Pac said he was kind of confused when Nas went, you know what I'm saying, when he left and Nas went back to whoever them New York niggas or whoever he was around. He said he went to dissing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
his boys at the awards, you know, they probably told him what happened. Yo, we seen Pac, niggas, whatever. So he probably feel like, I need to see Tupac. He pull up, they start talking, you know what I mean? Mind you, they totally surrounded at this point, you know? They was out in the—
But Snoop said, hey man, but Snoop said Pac was surrounded by a bunch of East Coast dudes. Well, he was kind of right, but I don't think he knew them dudes was with Pac. Them was some Jersey dudes. They was with Pac. You know what I'm saying? Snoop be so high, man. Man. Snoop be on some special weed, man. I'm telling you, man, that moon rock stuff, boy, you gotta stop it, Snoop. Cause boy, that stuff that you on, boy, getting you extra high, man, too high.
Numbers, nothing tough about that. It was just Pac first time back in New York. We was deep.
Snoop was so high he didn't know who was with him.
You know, and that's just what it was. Now, this is a corporate event, a lot of rich white people and actors, and, you know, it was no reason for Nas to be there deep at all, you know. So he had his couple of guys, and as he should, you know. Yeah, it's cool squad and shit. So they chopping it up, you know. I'm right there, you know. Mind you, Nas was one of my favorites. This shit was like a movie to me. I see he right in front of me. You know, I knew Illmatic, I knew the word.
I'm telling you, man, Nas had some stuff too now, man. Street Dream. Hey, boy, I love that Street Dreams remix with R. Kelly. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, I know y'all, a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth for R. Kelly, but you can't deny that music, man. That Street Dreams remix, I play that all the time, man. I love that remix, man. Yeah, Nas is one of them ones now. He one of them ones. You can't take nothing. Biggie, Nas, Pac, they one of them ones, man. You can't take nothing away from them cats, man. Nothing away, not musically. You can't take nothing away from them cats. I don't care what nobody say.
First fucking song, you know what I mean? The nigga had on a red leather outfit. He had on some glasses.
And you can't, hey, listen, y'all. Regardless of Snoop sitting here lying, you know what I'm saying? Musically, you can't take nothing away from Snoop. He did it too, man. It was once upon a time, everybody wanted to be like Snoop. You know what I'm saying? It was once upon a time, everybody wanted to be like Pac. It was once upon a time, everybody wanted to be like Nas. You know what I'm saying? With the lyrics. So these guys, man, they did some great things, man. And you can't take that away from them. But let's get back to Snoop with these lies.
With some red lenses. He's right here in front of me. Me and Pac shoulder to shoulder. Nas right here in my face. My first time, you know, in this environment. I wanted to tell a nigga how much, you know, we all love him. But, you know, this is wartime. You know, Pac chopping it up with him. So,
yeah, because, you know, all these guys are East Coast guys. These guys grew up on probably more East Coast music like Nas and stuff more than they, you know, grew up on the West Coast music. You know what I'm saying? It just was the situation that the West Coast embraced Pac, pulled the men, showed them love. So Pac represented that. That's the type of dude Pac was, you know what I'm saying? If you represent me, I'm going to represent you to the fullest. And the West Coast gave him a home, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why he mostly, you know, ran with, a lot of people made their homes on the West Coast. One thing about the West Coast, I will say, those brothers show love. I don't care about no bad image they got out on the West Coast talking about gang bang, all that stuff there. Man, when I was in LA, those brothers showed me nothing but love, man. LA at one point was like my second home. And every time I went out there, it was nothing but love, man. So a lot of people give LA a bad name, but it's some great people in LA, man. I swear some great people in LA. A lot of love there, man. It's for real, man.
You know, it was a little pushing going on. His boys, yo, Pac, tell your boys about.
Yeah, because hold on. Even, let me just finish this, y'all. I know I'm talking too much, but listen. Even Ice-T was from New York. Ice-T was from New York. But that show you how much love the West Coast show people, man, when they come out there. They never bias. You know what I'm saying? Like some places you could go and they're like, you ain't from here. But the West Coast is one of them places that dreams can happen. They will accept you. They don't look at, oh, you ain't from the West Coast. That's one place that don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Much love to the West Coast, man. LA, the Bay, wherever, man. I love y'all, man, for real. Because when I was out there, man, y'all ain't show me nothing but love, man.
Back up, man. Niggas ain't backing up nothing. Like this, it was a little tense exchange, but them niggas handle it like men, and they talk. And Pac told him what the fuck was going on. He told him he had him on. He dissed him on Against All Odds. He told him he was gonna take it off. He like, yo.
And that's the story that everybody that was there. They say everybody that was there say Snoop was not there, man. They say Snoop was there, but he wasn't around when the conversation happened, man. Even Pac said that same story, that he told Nas that he dissed him and he was gonna take it off. You get what I'm saying? Since they chopped it up, they're gonna take it off. So all this extra stuff, man, come on now. Don't do that. Y'all listen to me, man. Why all these rappers, why all our favorite rappers is just, man, making me so damn unproud of them. I know they probably, y'all looking at them like, dang, this ain't the dude I used to listen to when I was younger, man. What is he? They come with these delusional stories. I don't know why they just get older and don't tell the truth no more. Like they just it ain't just Snoop. It's a bunch of them, man. I'm talking about lying about where they from. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's cooler to be from this place at a certain time, and then when this, I don't understand these people don't. A lot of these cats don't even want to claim where they originally from, man. They do not want to claim it. They lie about everything. The older rappers get, it seems like they get delusional. Like they don't. Come on, man. Oh man. Y'all be breaking my heart because a lot of y'all, man, we grew up listening to. A lot of y'all we looked up to. You know what I'm saying? So, man, excuse me, y'all. It be breaking my heart, man, to see, rappers that I thought was G's, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't never think no rapper was no gangster, shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I know they tell good stories and they come from that environment, you know what I'm saying? All us do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I respect about them. They came and they knew how to tell the story and they kept it real, you know what I'm saying? But now, these cats is straight goofies, man. Straight goofies.
So, we got to work. Niggas should never be going at each other like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a simple exchange, and Nas walked away, right? It was a little hectic, for a minute, a little pushing. Suge right there. Snoop was way over there on the other side of the field. I saw him specifically. He was way over there. You know what I mean? I was right there, shoulder to shoulder with Pac, with one of my favorite rappers, Nas, right in front of my face, right? Then they left, right? We was all happy that this happened. You know what I mean? Pac loved Nas. I know they had nothing but respect for each other. I know all our Jersey niggas loved that nigga. How do I know? Because that's all we played when that nigga came out from, his first verse you ever heard. You know what I mean? Fucking live at the barbecue. We was all rocking with the nigga. What I don't like is over the years, man, how that exchange, all these different stories. The truth is,
Snoop wouldn't have had a story. That's one thing I don't like about some of these dudes, right? A lot of these dudes wouldn't have a story if Pac was living. A lot of these dudes wouldn't be saying nothing if Pac was living. And that's the thing, right? A lot of these dudes were quiet as a church mouse when Pac was living. And I don't like how these dudes be telling. And salute the Nas for coming out telling the real story, man, how it's supposed to be, because he was involved. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, Snoop do a lot of lying and stuff, man. I don't know what's up with these guys. They get older, man. They go to lying about who they discovered. They go to lying about where they from. They go to lying about, like, what good? I think this social media stuff has got these guys, I don't know. I think they delusion. They think we forget their story from the beginning. Like, you gonna come back 10, 20 years later and lie about where you're from, who you discovered, how you got on, all these, we almost had a fight with this person, this what happened. If the person dead, they gonna really go overboard with it if the person dead. Oh yeah, man, I body slammed the story, all these stories that we knew, you know, the true story. Look how the story changed when the internet came around. It's like they gotta make it more exciting. Yeah, this what happened. Hey, they were talking about this and that, and Snoop talking, oh, we lucky we got out of there a lot. Man, there wasn't even no situation like that. And everybody saying Pac had the ups. So what is you talking about, man?
You know, Nas walked up. It was about 7 of them. It was about 30, 40 of us. He didn't skip a beat, man. He didn't get, you know, he didn't tuck his head. He walked up. He wanted to talk to Pac. The truth was as gangster as it get.
Come on now, when you know you ain't got a problem with a person, man, it's easy to walk up and say, man, what it is. When you know you ain't did nothing, you ain't take no money from this dude, you ain't did nothing to his none of his family members, none of his friends. It's just something in the air, like people talking. Yeah, man, it's easy to walk up to a person like that and say, hey, man, what's up, man? I respect you, man. You know what I'm saying? I mess with you. So all they telling you is bull. Let me say my piece, and then if you still want to have beef, we can go there. But it seemed like it's just a misunderstanding. That's all it is.
He walked up, and they had a conversation. Pac all sweating, telling the yo, da-da-da-da. You know, Nas was cool, like, yeah, da-da-da-da. And, you know, the corny shit, though, is like afterwards, all the amazing, wild stories.
Right.
20 years later, everybody got a wild story what happened that night. You know, his brother Jungle, I'm about to shoot Tupac. He wouldn't have made it out the fucking park. Our niggas had heat. It was surrounded. There was nothing they could do. You know, anybody could be outnumbered. It's nothing special about that. You know, a couple of niggas, you know, could go against a bunch of niggas for sure, right? But it was no win in this situation. You know, it wasn't no, you know, sort of amazing, wild stories that I done heard over these years. I'm gonna start with Snoop Dogg. Nothing but love for Snoop Dogg. He told a wild version. You know, I think like with Snoop, like when I Snoop, Kendrick, the joint he just dropped, he was saying to Snoop, I hope it was the edibles. I hope it was the edibles when he said this one, because he had a wild version of the story. Like Nas had Pac surrounded and all that. But I'm to Snoop defense, right?
Snoop be on that good stuff, man. We can't listen to no more. Listen, y'all, we can't listen to no more Snoop stories. Because only time you going to get the truth out of Snoop when he ain't on nothing, and that's never. So we'll never get no true Snoop stories. I'm going to tell y'all that right now.
Snoop didn't come with Pac to this park. Snoop got there in his vehicle, his security, however he did. So I think all the niggas that we had with us, they was outside the venue, all our Jersey niggas. The niggas ain't come inside the motherfucking awards. They was outside waiting for us to come out. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe Snoop, he don't realize all these niggas is actually with Tupac. They're not with Nas. So to his defense, I'm gonna say that, you know what I mean? But he told a wild version of the story. It was a long time ago when I saw what he said, but it was something like, Nas, he had Pac surrounded, and it was almost like Snoop version was like, you know, Pac, Nas could have snapped his finger and it was over for Pac. And I'm like, you know.
Man, hey, Snoop be animated on that weed, man. Yeah, he came up, man. It would have been over for us, man. Nas had the whole park surrounded. Man, what is wrong with Snoop, man? Man, listen, man. Snoop got to stay off them edibles. And just, man, Snoop gonna have to go back to regular weed, man. Cause there's new stuff out here, man. I don't know what they spraying on Snoop weed, but Snoop done came out, started telling a whole bunch of, it's like, you know, when a person get old, you know what I'm saying? I think it's Alzheimer's or something like that. And they go telling them delusional stories. Yeah, I was sitting with Martin Luther King and Reverend Ike and Malcolm X. Yeah, them boys were telling, but you know what I'm saying? Stories like that, man. Come on, that's what it seemed like Snoop on. Snoop on that stuff. Like, you know how most of the weed smoke. Y'all know how much with them animated weed smoker. Bro, you ever seen the back of a $20 bill? Like how they had on Hell Bait. Have you ever seen it on weed? Man, you see the trees coming under. That's Snoop. Snoop.
I don't know, you know, in his mind, you know, he smoked a lot of weed. It was almost 30 fucking years ago. But Snoop's version for sure was by far the most off version.
It was a lie. I'm gonna say it.
There was
no
truth at all to his version of the story. Mind you, I saw Snoop when all this was going on. He was way over there.
Yeah, you said he was from a distance.
Hey,
I mean,
Snoop
way
in the back,
you know what I mean?
With
so
a
for
joint.
him, his version was just, I don't know
so
why
he couldn't even hear what they was talking about.
He was nowhere near it. I like literally, I think he was doing an interview with the cameras in his face. I was just, this is Snoop Dogg. Man. You can't miss Snoop Dogg in the crowd. He's tall as shit, you know what I mean? So I don't know what made Snoop come up with that version, man. But
Snoop,
just over the years,
man.
it's you know, Fatal. He used to lash out about that. You know, like every time, you know, Nas or one of them would do an interview, he was like real disappointed because we all love Nas and looked up to Nas. And
yeah, cause Fatal orchestrated all that. He got the boy from Jersey for Snoop to run off with it and make them look like powder puffs. You know what I'm saying? By saying them was all Nas boys. That's why Fatal used to get mad. Snoop need to shut up because he don't know what he's talking about, man. You was over there in the corner hiding, smoking a joint.
You know, to see like over the years how this story done just spiraled out of control with all these wild stories. Nothing fucking happened. Nobody threw a punch. It wasn't nothing. Niggas had a fucking meeting.
Hey, man, me personally, man, everybody knows that Snoop and Pac wasn't on good terms when Pac died. So I think it's still a little envy and hate, you know what I'm saying, that Snoop got in his heart for Tupac, even when it comes to telling his story. You know what I'm saying? By them not being friends, I think he hate to hear people praise Pac, say anything good, because anytime anything about Pac come up, Snoop is telling a negative story. You know what I'm saying? He never talk about the great things like Pac came over there and helped them, man, because Snoop was going downhill when Pac came over there, man. So he gave Snoop a whole new light, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you think of Death Row now, it's kind of hard to even think about Snoop and Dre because Pac came over there and blew it up, man. I mean, Snoop did his thing, man, and I don't take no credit away from Snoop. But it's like when people think of Death Row and Tupac was only there like a couple of months, you know what I'm saying? Snoop was there for years. Snoop was there for years. Pac came around a couple of months, and you can't think of Death Row. You can't say Death Row without thinking Tupac. That's who come to everybody's mind first now. It's Tupac. So, yeah, I think Snoop got a lot of envy and hate in his heart for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I built this house. But when everybody say that's why he got the Death Row brand trying to go, Snoop, it ain't gonna work again, man. It ain't gonna work again. You know what I'm saying? You Snoop Dogg, you could come up with another label, man. But you sold, you know what I'm saying, I heard about, you built Death Row, and all people can really think about is Tupac when they say Death Row. So you want to take it and say, boy, they're going to remember me from what I created. I get it. But it's not going to work again, Snoop. It's not. I don't care who you grab, man. You're going to have to rebrand this stuff. You Snoop Dogg, you can start a new label, get new artists. Stop all this old Death Row stuff is not coming back, bro. Dog Pound is over. And I love the Dog Pound. But it's over, man. It's over.
Them niggas was surrounded, you know? It wasn't no winning for them niggas that day. It was 40 of us. It was 7 of them niggas. And he walked up like a fucking G. He didn't stutter. His step wasn't off. That's the realest version of the story.
Come on now.
That's the most gangster version of the story.
Yeah, and you gotta understand, if it was like that, right? Why would Snoop try to make Pac look like he was soft in the situation? That's envy. That's that envy and hate. Snoop never got over that. They never squashed the beef. Pac died, and you know what I'm saying? Snoop didn't like that, man. You know, he still got hate in his heart. They never squashed the beef. So anytime somebody talk about Pac, it's always something, he's still on that same vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because they never squashed the beef. All that play stuff, Snoop be like, I love Tupac. That's bull. Sugar tell you that.
He was outnumbered. He ain't turn around or they go death row. Nigga, Suge right there. Nigga, there wasn't nobody else gonna walk up like that. Wasn't none of them other niggas out there gonna walk up like that. Trust me. That's the most...
That just like me when I was telling y'all that story about I was at the bus stop in L.A. You know what I'm saying? When you bought that and you come from that, your feet ain't gonna move. You ain't finna run. You gonna go get it. Hey, look, I'd rather step to the shit than get hit from the blind side. I wanna know what's going on. Is a beef? Hey, if it's a beef, say it's a beef. But if it ain't really nothing, man, let's squash this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how Nas felt. You know what I'm saying? Nas still come from the projects, man. You know, just like Tupac. Both of them boys was bodied. But hey, listen, Pac ain't finna punk down to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to spend a whole weekend around Pac. Atlanta Freaknik. We stayed at the same hotel, the Renaissance. Anybody was with him and no, when none of the outlaws with him at this time. It was just Gaddafi. Gaddafi and Thug Life. That's all I seen. Gaddafi and Thug Life. They was in a white Rolls Royce. Seen Candy from Escape go to the Pac room, everything. I don't think nothing happened. They went right up there with a bunch of girls, came right back down. But yeah, everybody was hanging out at our hotel. You know what I'm saying? So, and Pac was really like that. I watched him. I was a little kid. I was about 17. You know what I'm saying? I watched Pac the whole weekend, just admiring Pac because I'm looking like, dang, it's really Tupac. I maybe said what's up to him once or twice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting there watching, hanging out with Eddie Griffin before he got on. You know what I'm saying? He out there, you know, with us. Him and the light-skinned dude from House Party, the one that played the Spanish dude on Malcolm and Eddie. He was out there too. Before all of them got big. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Griffin probably just had an HBO special out. He was nobody. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have a hotel room. They were just hanging out by eyes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Pac was really like that though, man.
Gangster version of the story.
From what I could see.
The fucking truth. You know what I mean? Niggas walked up. They was outnumbered by 2, 3. It was about damn near 40 of us, man. And they surrounded them niggas for real.
And Johnny J. Now y'all know Johnny J and Pac was like brothers. Johnny J even, man, he let me, yeah, Pac is really like that, man. For real. And everybody I ran across say Pac really like that.
He didn't stutter. He didn't waver at all. He wanted to talk to Tupac. They had a mutual respect. So like, I just don't understand why it's all this crazy versions where the truth is the most gangster version, man. You know, his nigga telling stories.
But that's that envy and hate that Snoop still have for Tupac, man. Y'all don't see this, man. You would think this Tupac came over there and showed Snoop Dogg nothing but love. Did songs with him and everything. You would think everything Snoop say about Pac would be something positive. He'll be saying, yeah, man, we did Gangsta Party. You know what I'm saying? This is that. Boo, boo, boo. Snoop has no good story to say about Pac, and we know he has a lot because we seen what Pac was up. Pac could have went to Death Row and said, I don't want to work with Snoop or Dre because he was already Tupac. That's why they signed him. You get what I'm saying? So for Snoop to go around like this, man, that's crazy, man.
Had Pac yoked up and all this fucking silly shit, you know, but I think the most disappointing part for me is fucking nuts, right? The internet, right? Let me say something real quick. Okay, let me say something. I think the wildest part for me is, because I got nothing but love and respect for Nasty Nas, man, and what he brought to the game and how he carried himself. And, you know, he's one of our legends and our icons. And after Tupac died, right, and all these different stories and telling their own versions, man. When the truth is the most gangster's version, right? But I think when he started doing these, what's the name of them albums he was doing? The King's Diseases, maybe?
Yeah.
King's Disease trilogy he was doing this. It was like, you know, I think when Snoop's interview set the platform for niggas to like try to run with it. So that was the most disappointing part for me. He started dropping these King's Disease albums, and it seemed like every album he was throwing little lines in there about Tupac because he knew for sure the internet will run wild with them, right? Like one line.
I don't think I heard none of them albums.
He was saying he ran into Pac somewhere, one of them colleges, and Pac.
See, this is what I tell y'all, man. Some of your favorite rappers now is doing everything for the internet, man. Like, they going crazy with it. Like, man, I need this attention back. And they saying and doing anything.
Asked him what he was drinking, and basically he gave Pac the Hennessy.
Credit for Pac drinking Hennessy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when all this pop up, we be ignoring it, but I be getting calls and from, you know.
Man, Pac was saying Hennessy, talking about Hennessy. Wait, come on, man. He say man, come on. No, he didn't say that.
The family and everybody be like, Pac been fucking drinking Hennessy, you know. Man. But it's like you dropping these albums, you know, they don't get played on the radio no more, things like that. He don't need none of that shit. He's rich, he's a fucking legend. But it's like the little internet buzz, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna throw a little Tupac line because he see this Death Row East story, you know, this not Death, you know, that whole MTV story, you know, with him running into Pac, how I just grew legs and all these different versions of the motherfucking story, you know. So, you know, like throwing out the Pac line, right? About teaching him how to, he gave him his first sip of Hennessy.
See, the thing is, like you say, Nas is already rich, got money and everything. But it's just something about fame. You get what I'm saying? And Pac said that in a song. Something we all adore, something worth dying for. Searching for that fortune and fame. Nigga, the fame. That fame. Man, they be wanting it, man. You know, they want it forever. But it don't last forever, man. When you have your chance, and then it's on to the next person, you know what I'm saying? Fame jump from people to people, man. You ain't gonna have that all. So when they come to the internet and they see Joe Schmo blowing up over them, you know what I'm saying? Because Joe Schmo never had a break before. He's a fresh face, or she's a fresh face to the people. They like, I gotta do something to stay on top of this. Cause they ain't caring about, you know, what we got going on no more. So I gotta tell some story. I gotta say some wild stuff. I gotta keep up with these new people because they doing the most. And that's what they do. They come out with all these different type of made up stories. The stories with our old rappers, if you pay attention, is changing every year. For example, if a dude was from, I'm gonna say dude was from Harlem, right? Harlem ain't, just as for example, Harlem ain't jumping no more. Everybody talking about Brooklyn now. Guess what that dude gonna be saying now? Yo, I'm originally from Brooklyn. I moved out to Harlem, but I'm originally from Brooklyn. That's how they do, man. They want to stay with the timing, man. They want to stay with what's relevant. And that's what they do. They tell all these different lies, man. I be hearing them all the time. I be like, man, come on, man. This was a different story 10 years ago, man. Now you done changed it up again.
Do that on one album. The next album, it'll be like, I'm going to do the Death Row East song. You know, then the next album, it'll be like, what do you say? Something about he stole Pac's Thug Life tat because he got the Godson tat, but then he's saying.
But he did say, man, he couldn't walk in Pac's shoes. He said he couldn't walk in Pac's shoes. And he did say that.
Pac stole the Machiavelli, the euthanasia chain from his.
Come on, man.
His QB chain. Now
come on, man. One thing we know about Pac, that the reason why we like the Tupac so much, he had an original style. Everything he did was original, from his bald head to earring in the nose to all this stuff, man, to the bandana around his head. Pac was always original, so I can't see Pac stealing from Nas. He never did. His style was never. I could see Nas stealing from Pac, because I think after Pac died, Nas went to wearing the bandanas and all that stuff around his head. Come on, man.
I'm a Nas fan, right? I remember in '97, You know, I think he did like a QB album, and I think that chain might have been on the cover if I'm not mistaken. I was a fan of all of them. Mobb Deep.
That chain came from him copying Pac. Trust me.
Capone and Noriega, all them niggas is
and I got love
dope
for Nas.
artists. You know what I mean? Dope as shit, right? But that's one thing I remember that night, standing right next shoulder to shoulder with Pac. I remember Nas staring at this nigga's chain. I'm like right here. This is one of my favorite fucking rappers. He's right in my face.
Pac said it in an interview. He say, man, when he was showing the jury, he say, man, I love Slick Rick, but he ain't got nothing on me. He was bragging about all the jury and all the new things he's doing that the old rappers ain't doing. So Nas, come on, man. You won't even think about Pac bought this stuff to make everybody start doing it, man. I think he got a little bit of it from Slick Rick, and he made it his own thing, like with the big circle medallions and stuff. And he took it and made it because he looked it up to Slick Rick, man. Come on, Nas.
He's right here with his glasses on.
If y'all see the movie, was it Gridlock? Nah, it wasn't Gridlock. Gang Related. When Pac had the Slick Rick patch on his eye, he was a fan of Slick Rick. This had nothing to do with Nas.
Red lenses. I remember him staring at Pac chain the whole time. So I wonder if you could find, so if he say Pac stole that chain, I wonder if you could find a picture of him with that chain before Pac died.
You ain't.
Probably not.
You ain't.
Probably not. To be honest with you. Because I was a fan. I used to pay attention to all that shit, all the videos, the magazines. I'm really hip.
I think Pac the one who started tattoos and rap. You know, dudes used to have them. But listen, what I'm saying is, I know Pac didn't start, tattoos, period. Bikers and all that stuff, skinheads and all them, the first one with tats all over their body. But far as the rap game, Pac is the first person I ever seen tatted up like that, man. And then the whole game started doing it. Some people wouldn't even get the same tattoos that Pac got around their stomach. Pac had Thug Life. Man, you got people got Thug Life, or if they don't got Thug Life, they got something else, Braveheart or something. Everybody copied what Pac had going on. He was just one of them ones, man. Sometime on this earth, you get one of them ones, man. It's God plan, not ours, man. And what God have planned for this earth, we can't control it. We can't stop it. Pac was great, and that's just that. God put him here to be great, to show us this. So, man, all this other stuff.
Pop in the flesh, so everybody pay attention to what's going on. So he threw that line out there. Pac bit his chain. You probably can't find a fucking picture of Nas with that chain.
Come on, Pac didn't rap like none of these dudes. He didn't dress like none of these dudes. He wouldn't steal nothing from none of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Pac came out with the head rag and everything. You know what I'm saying? People are like, what are you doing? But he made it look so cool, man. Everybody else started doing it. You know what I'm saying? So Pac was one of them ones, man.
When Pac was alive. Do some research after this interview and see if you can find a picture of Nas with that chain on.
Yeah, I can't recall.
Alive.
I do know he took Pac idea when it came to the Thug Life tattoo. He got
Come on.
Godson.
Yeah, he said that.
Godson.
He said that in the song.
That's what it was. Godson. I know it was something.
And then he said, yeah, well, Pac bit my QB chain. And that's the thing. We was huge fans of yours. And I remember that night, listen to me. I was right, Tupac's shoulder was right here. And that's the one thing that I remember from, I was 18 years old in 1996. I'm 46 years.
And Pac said that in the rap, how we know Nas ain't, you know what I'm saying, get that from Machiavelli when he heard Machiavelli. Pac said it. Tell me I ain't God's son, mama a virgin. You know what I'm saying?
Years old, nigga. You know what I mean? I remember that night vividly. My favorite rapper, Nasty Nas and Tupac, right here in my face. Nas got on his...
I don't care what nobody say. Nas looked up to Tupac. And he bit a lot from Tupac. A lot of stuff from Tupac.
Dope-ass red leather outfit. And he had on some shades.
I just be hating, like, you know what I'm saying, when we have somebody so great like a Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, or whoever it is, man. With you other rappers, man, when you take something from them, just admit it, man. We ain't gonna be mad, because if you gonna take from somebody, we'll be like, yeah, take from them. Because we tired of hearing this whack stuff out here, man. If you gonna take from the Nas's, take from the Tupac, take from the Biggies, you know what I'm saying? But just know you took it from them.
Probably some expensive with red lenses. And I just remember, he was short, and he was staring at Tupac fancy ass Machiavelli euthanasia chain, you know? So I'm like, you throwing these lines out is disappointing, because you one of our legends and one of our heroes, and Tupac had nothing but love and respect for you. And
hey, listen, y'all answer this question. Okay, y'all seen how Nas ripped the hole through Jay-Z in the battle. And you seen how Pac ripped the hole through Biggie in the battle with Hit 'Em Up. If they would have did diss songs, who y'all think would have had the better diss song? Me personally, y'all already know I'm going with Pac. But let me know what y'all think.
that night, he treated you as such. And, you know, besides all the little pushing niggas was doing, you know, we all loved you too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most disappointing shit for me, is after all these years, there's all these fucking wild stories, his brother, you know, talking all this, he was about to shoot Tupac. Man, it would have been a whole massacre in that park. Nobody would have made it out that motherfucker. On God himself. Niggas was surrounded. Nigga, it was 4, 5 of our niggas had guns, security, shook everybody there. Man.
Come on now.
You know? So I think that's the most disappointing part, because it's like doing all this stuff on the internet. We're supposed to have more integrity than that.
Come on now.
You know?
Yeah, you're
they
right.
Get in the
while
interview
you was talking,
anything,
I was doing some research, and yeah, Tupac, he was the first person with that chain. There's no possible way he could have copied Nas. And the first time you see Nas with it is the album cover QB Finest, and that came out in 1999.
Come on now.
By then, Tupac was dead. So
come on now.
He definitely lying, man.
Yeah, he lying. Yeah, he lying. Hey, man, listen, man. Before I get out of here, man, I just want to talk to the naysayers real quick, man. Y'all got to understand when y'all say, stay out of this. Oh, you ain't from here. Stay out of that. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, right? The people any vlogger be talking about, you don't know. You never met this person in your life. Only thing y'all do is, the only thing you know about this guy or this person is y'all stay on the same coast. He never did nothing for you. He never acknowledged you. You never met him. But y'all love to say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, stay out of this business, or stay out, you ain't from here, so you can't talk about this. Listen, man, you from there, and you know these people just as much as I know them. So what make you credible to talk about them, and I can't? Because you from there, you don't know these people. Never talked to them. They never acknowledged you. Never said nothing to you. And the stories that you know is just like how I know them. We heard them from the streets. We heard them from other people. The same thing. Hey, it'd be funny, man, to hear these cats, man, oh, you ain't from here. Man, listen, you from there and don't know nobody. You from there. Okay, anybody I talk about, right? Anybody I talk about, like, you know, I know some of them dead and gone, but the ones that's here, right? Go ask them for $5. I'm going to give you the Lord. Go ask them for $5. Go ask them for $5 and see if they say, this is my brother from the same coast. Watch me give him something. I'm finna give him something. It ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't gonna happen. So, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say to y'all, man. But only thing I can say to y'all is like, share, and subscribe to the realest platform on the planet. I'll be talking about things in your neighborhood, my neighborhood, and everybody else's neighborhood. So like, share, and subscribe. Hood Talk New. I'm out.
Yo. We on.
We gon' do what? We
come through this bitch hitting harder than core. Most of the bullshit we tend to ignore. Most of these niggas be snitching, these bitches be tricking for Gucci, Bass, Fendi, Dior. Tip to my shooter, he scrap out the door. We turning up just to even the score. We independent, no label, no handing, no favors. That mean we be getting back more. Money goes up, she be dropping it more. Labels be sweating, be knocking on doors. I ain't no slave, you a hater, be turning the tables. Just know who we doing this for. Them niggas that will come through your front door. Just know we trying to get them so much more. We sitting at the table like fuck a favor. If not, what we doing this for? Don't make a move cause you bound to get shot. Ain't no one out here want issue for clout. Don't want no issue, not with you, they dish you. Won't undo the pain, mama feel if I die. Don't need my little broski asking the why. Tell my homies I stay sober, they high. What would you do if they crewing up on us like, ooh, sucker shit can't fly. I avoid getting high, beauty of the naked eye. On point, no lie. Real G, stay low key. I told all my homies we gon' make it home alive. Unapologetic, we don't apologize. The niggas I know they go ride. Any problems, we go hit up the guys. Fuck you haters, I'm the one you despise.